First daughter Ivanka Trump has had enough of the lockdowns, and she wants you to know about it. Now, here's what she said on social media. These blanket lockdowns are not grounded in science. These arbitrary rules imposed by callous politicians are destroying lives. It's just wrong for small business owners to have to fight so hard to keep the American dream alive. There is so much wrong with that. For one, if you were worried about small business, it's almost as if we should have, I don't know, had people in the government pass some sort of small business relief. Weird. Because, look, if you're going to lock down, which I agree with, then you should support the citizenry as well as small business. Big corporations are going to be fine, as we have seen. But unfortunately, your father happened to be in charge and just gave all the money to the corporations. Weird how that worked out. Huh. Very strange. But look, another thing that would help is if we had a small business program that actually had accountability in it, that actually had some oversight in it, so that big companies could not dip into it. Well, people like Tom Brady or people like Joe Osteen taking, millions and millions of dollars that should have been for actual small business. I don't know if she knows that because Ivanka Trump is not exactly smart. She doesn't really know a whole lot. And that's the thing about her. She pretends to be a smart person. She pretends to be a lot of things, actually. But in reality, she's just as dumb as the rest of the Trump family. The only thing that's different is that she's kind of pretty. And that's really, really subjective, by the way. But look, I don't know if she's trying to gaslight us, or if she's just like super dumb and doesn't know any of this stuff. But otherwise, it didn't go well on social media either way. Okay, because right now we have over 308,000 people that have died from coronavirus in this country so far, as a result of the inaction by the administration, as well as supporters that do not mask up and that do not take responsibility. They've decided that they don't want to take personal responsibility. They think that their freedom is to go inside and eat at a fucking Applebee's. Dine in, you can go and carry out. It's the same food. But no. I think the experience is what they're looking for. They want to go out and they want to have somebody wait on them and service them. Not just hand out food through a window, but they actually want someone to literally, physically wait on them. It says a lot, okay? And so, yes, that's one of the big problems here, is that they think it's their God-given right during a pandemic for you to be able to go out and do that. I like my meat. And then, of course, spread the virus. The problem that I have here is if your server has to dress up as if they're going into surgery with scrubs, PPE, you got gloves, you got face shields, you got masks, then maybe you shouldn't be eating in that, okay? And maybe we should, take some time, mask up and maybe do some, stay at home, eat in for a while. Maybe get delivery or something like that. Okay, do that. It would help a lot. It would actually help us to be able to open up sooner if we all were on the same page. And unfortunately, we're not. Here we are. So now, as a result of her anti-science take on lockdowns, on blanket lockdowns, she got blasted. For one, Citizens for Ethics in Washington, here's what they tweeted out. It will never stop amazing us that in the midst of the worst pandemic in the century, rather than turning to doctors and scientists, the closest advisors to the president were his fashion brand owning daughter and slumlord husband. This is why we need tighter nepotism laws. 100%. Again, throughout the entire administration, ever since they were named to be advisors in the White House, I constantly would ask, and you guys know, what kind of qualifications does Ivanka Trump bring to the table? What does Jared Kushner bring to the table? For all I can tell, is that they're a pair of failed children that have failed up to these important positions and that they know nothing about what they're doing. But you think Jared Kushner knew a damn thing about peace in the Middle East? No, but he did know a lot about trying to add in the blockade of a country that didn't buy his building, which happened. And so they don't know anything, but like the rest of the Trumps, who also don't know anything, their entire deal is to grift as much as humanly possible. And that's what they do, and that's what they're good at. But there's more tweets here. This is fun. Robin said, maybe you should talk to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell about providing them assistance. Otherwise, shut up. Which, by the way, Mitch McConnell is pushing corporate liability with no stimulus, very little small business support. Congratulations. All right, more. Gary Legum says, I'm kind of looking forward to watching Ivanka try to out-nutty Marco between now and 2022. You remember they did move to Florida and to a place that is nicknamed the Billionaire's Bunker, which is totally appropriate for a Trump. Liz Dye says, you know, there's more to science than cosplaying with test tubes, right? Well, again, the Trumps, Ivanka is an expert at cosplaying for things that she has no qualifications in doing. Shane says, hey, Ivanka, we had a blanket lockdown twice. Guess what? We have no COVID cases. None. Zero. And this is somebody from the state of Victoria in Australia. 0 cases. Blanket lockdowns do work. If only we had been on the same page to try it. Would have been nice. Finally, a couple more here. Lena Record says, idiot fake scientist prefers making money to saving American lives. True. Only the Truth says, if only the federal government had trillions of dollars to help these people so the American dream could flourish again post-pandemic. Instead, wealthy trillions got tax breaks, trillions in tax breaks, and millions in PPP, including Trump's, and yes, Kanye and Tom Brady, while $450 billion were never distributed. I wonder if that could have gone to a UBI. Or if any of that could have actually gone to the citizens. Because guess what? When you put money into the hands of people, it actually also helps business, both large and small. You don't have to be a genius to understand how that works. But I guess it helps to not be Ivanka. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.